All right, what is up, everybody, and welcome into this week's edition of the South Florida Comedy Calendar. This show where every single week we give you what's happening, what happened, and what's coming up in South Florida comedy, guys. And this week we have a jam-packed week of stuff in South Florida comedy and a fantastic guest that we're going to be interviewing for you guys as well. One of our really, really close, good friends. My name is Sebastian Alvarez. I'm your host, as I am every single week here. I'm a local comedian down here in South Florida, and I also work at the Miami Improv. And I am joined by my co-host, as I am every single week. Give it up for my man, Art Roach. How are you doing today, Art?
I'm pretty good, Sebi. It's a sad day. The Pope passed away yesterday. I was deep in outdoor meditation when I heard the news. I was very sad for it. But I did prepare my traditional Easter feasts. I stuffed 24 quail legs into a rabbit, and then I killed it, and then cooked it.
24. A whole 24 quail legs. Wow.
23 wasn't enough?
Quail legs must be so expensive right now, dude. Like, quail legs have to be so expensive right now for you to put them all.
It was a feast, I told you.
I like it. Good job. Good job. Where do you get quail legs of that, like, quantity?
The Colombian store.
Colombians
love quail.
Colombian love. Yeah, got you. Do you have one near your house? Is that where you went?
Yeah, absolutely. I live in Miami Gardens, so there's a ton of...
And the duck was from a pond?
Yeah.
It was just a duck.
Yes, but it was a rabbit.
A rabbit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You said you stuffed a rabbit. Is that what you said?
Yeah. We had duck too. I'm surprised you knew that.
Interesting.
I mean, you can really just go to like any canal, any lake. Those ducks are an invasive species, so you can just harvest them as you like. Yeah.
Willingly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how they do it at the Chinese restaurants.
Well,
No, that's
allegedly.
cats.
when they run out of cats, yeah.
Right. Interesting. Well, our guest today also enjoyed a fantastic feast with much less quail legs on Easter, guys. He is a comic down here in South Florida. He runs one of my favorite shows that has ever been produced down in South Florida comedy since I've been doing stand-up. I want everybody here to put your hands together and start clapping it up for our guest of the week, guys, Jay Millie.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah.
Thank you.
Look at that hair.
Yep. I showed my barber a picture of Bradley Cooper.
I'm just glad you found a barber that can do boy haircuts. It's like that.
Yeah, it was actually an old lady. She wasn't even a barber. It was a hair cuttery.
She was a hairstylist, is what I believe she prefers to be referred to as.
If you need, I know a local mobile dog groomer. Mm-hmm. They'll come right to your house. They'll cut your hair. They'll do your hands, your feet, and the gland. $25.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not the first time he's advertised.
Dude, I would pay $25 just
honestly,
for the
I don't know why your mobile dog groomer isn't officially like a sponsor of the show yet. His business has been shouted out more than I think any business on the.
Well, he does a lot of word of mouth business, and he's not licensed, so it's.
Got you. So like, you're pretty much his liaison. Like you're just gonna be like, yo, it's almost like
you gotta come through me.
It's like Don't Tell, like with Dean. Like, just show to this area.
Exactly.
The groomer will come in his truck. And,
we tell you what neighborhood we're gonna be in,
and then you
show up.
Yeah, and then you just listen for the sirens.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You sound like a pimp.
But for dog groomers. Yeah.
Respect.
Right. That's cool. Well, Jay, dude, it is a pleasure having you on the show, man. We're going to go through this week in South Florida comedy, a few shows that you actually are going to be a part of as well. So we'll talk to you a little bit about that. But we're going to start off with something that you are a part of, man, on Wednesday at Eddie's Place. Oh, wait, actually, I'm sorry. We have a recap as well, right? Because you were doing something last week.
That's right.
What was happening last week over in Wilton Manors?
Yeah, it was my first time doing this show at the Wilton Collective. Shout out Josh Brack. He's got a production company called Wash Your Mouth Out Comedy. And they have, at the Wilton Collective, is a really cool show. I mean, the room it's pretty much a blacked out room with curtains. They have a big bar right in the middle, and he brings out the best of the best, man. I mean, he packed the room out for us. Shout out Josh, obviously. Minda Long was there, headlined the night from Don't Tell. Dom P from Have Nots, and a comedian from Orlando, Madison Bakich, that I met for the first time, absolutely murdered. She killed. Shout out Nico Prada, who came and did a guest spot as well. But I'm excited because Dart Vision was there. Mm-hmm. He was able to get some good pics, some good videos, and he actually made a little recap reel for us. If you can play that for us.
Whoever brought like the 3 women in the crowd, that's nice also.
So I was like, okay, that's not worth it, you know?
You're highly overestimating my commitment to fitness.
It's 10% of that candy money, right?
People poorly review nature out there on Google?
There you have it, man. That was a really, really well done video by our boy Dan from Dart Vision, man. I mean, he's been killing it recently with the video content, getting clips and putting them together, editing them together, man. Really, really dope show also that Josh is running out there at Wilton Manor is what it looks like. Great lineups, great show, great audiences. If you ever have a chance to go out there, I think he's doing them how often?
Once a month. The third Thursday, third Thursday of every month.
Excellent. The third Thursday of every month, guys. You already know where you're going to be at. Definitely hit them up. Wash Your Mouth Out Comedy, guys. Follow them on Instagram, right? Does Wash Your Mouth Out have their own Instagram?
Yeah, they do.
Perfect. Well, there you go. You can follow them on Instagram. Follow Josh on Instagram, and you'll never miss one of those shows. Definitely looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to hopefully getting on to one of those shows really soon in the near future as well. So it'll be a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll have Dan out there as well. Again, taking some pictures for another recap for you guys here on Comedy Calendar, though. That is all we have in terms of what happened last week in South Florida comedy, guys. Now we move on to this week. Like I was saying before, we have a show that Jay Millie is actually putting on and helping be a part of. It's at Eddie's Place. It's on Wednesday. It's through DCC, but it's not Master Debaters, guys. We have another show. It's a roast battle style show, right? That's happening. It's a brand new show. Jay Millie, tell us a little bit about it. What's going on?
Yeah, we're going to try something new. We're calling it the Roast Bucket. Essentially, we're just going to invite as many comedians as we can, throw all their names in a bucket, give them 3 minutes on stage, 1v1, and whoever wins that roast battle just continues to stay on stage roasting the entire lineup. It's kind of like a make it, take it style roast, you know? So if they keep winning, they'll eventually become the king of the bucket at the end of the night.
Nice.
So,
That's cool. And I would say last slot is probably pretty valuable. You don't have to go through a bunch of people.
yeah, it's kind of like a white elephant. You want to be the last one.
Interesting. Very
White's
cool. And
also
and the order is being pulled out of a bucket as well.
Yes,
Like
correct.
the matchup order.
Yeah, so
like
you don't know who you're actually roasting. You're just you'll have an idea with like the list before the show, but other than that, it's just on the spot.
Really cool. Really cool. That sounds like a lot of fun, man. And
Yeah,
whose
it'll be
idea was
interesting.
this?
I guess we've kind of been thinking about it for a while. I know Dade County Comedy hasn't done a roast battle or anything roasting really, but we kind of just put it together this past week since we needed to fill the spot for Master Debaters not being there on Wednesday.
Got you. Cool.
I'm pretty sure he said, "Oh, let's do a roast." And
Well, I said spit roast, but
yeah,
They're just
Yeah.
like,
they misunderstood.
The wrong idea.
Yeah, they booked the whole show.
Raul and Adrian understood it, but no one else.
They're very experienced in roasts.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, man. Well, that's at Eddie's Place at 8 p.m., guys, this Wednesday. So if you're looking for something to do on Wednesday, you can go over there. And if you're a comic and you're looking to get on a really, really fun, different style show, definitely head out to Eddie's Place on Wednesday. And honestly, if you're a comic and you don't get name pulled for whatever reason out of the bucket, it's still going to be a great show to go and watch. No one's going to be doing their sets. Everyone's going to be making fun of each other. It's going to be a great time.
Are you guys filming it?
Yeah, we are going to film it. We'll probably put it on some sort of Patreon, but that's to be determined.
Dope.
Excellent.
Well, if you guys get at least one, dope clip from it this week,
I gotcha.
send it our way. We'll play it next week as a
Yeah.
recap. Yeah.
Also happening over at the Miami Improv on Wednesday, guys. Also at 8 p.m., we have Don McMillan coming through. He is the engineer of laughs. And if you haven't seen his ads running through Instagram or you haven't seen his social media, he does a lot of visual assistance with his comedy. He has a lot of like graphs and visual aid that he uses to like piggyback off of his jokes and his punchlines. And it's super funny, well done, really well created. He has a really interesting style of comedy that's different than most people. So for a Wednesday night, I love having stuff like this that is just something unique. You can't catch it anywhere else in town. So definitely you want to come through and check out Don's set.
And I'll say this. I am looking forward to this show big time. One thing is, I come from a very corporate, professional background before I did comedy. And every presentation I've ever done, I wished I could have done it in the style that he does his presentations. It's prop comedy, but it's not really prop comedy. So it's like somewhere between a prop comedian and like visual artist. But I'm excited. It's going to be a bunch of nerd stuff, which I love. And he's going to be doing a bunch of jokes about HR, if you see his stuff online, you kind of know what it's going to be about. But dude, I'm so excited, man. That's one guy who I think is gonna be. I'm dying to meet him backstage. I'm dying to actually get to have a conversation with him. You know?
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. He will be at the Miami Improv though, guys. 8 p.m. on Wednesday. If you want to get tickets, go to MiamiImprov.com right now and snatch up some tickets for that show. All right, moving on though. Now to Friday, we're skipping ahead a day or two to this weekend over in Coconut Grove. We have a show that Jay Millie is going to be on, guys, and that is Grove Smokes. If you haven't been out to Grove Smokes, it is one of the funnest shows out in town right now. It happens on Friday nights. It runs really late, so if you get out there, even if you got work early or you get off a little bit later from work on a Friday, you can still make it out there to Grove Smokes. It's right next to the Flannies there in the Grove, so it's always a fun time. You can smoke inside the smoke shop. I mean, it is awesome, guys. It is one of the coolest vibes that you have in town when it comes to stand-up comedy, and all the comics in town love going out there, so you're going to get a really good variety of what we have to offer in terms of South Florida comedy, and if you want to hang out, it is a really, really dope hang as well, so highly recommend you guys head out there. Jay, you've done the show plenty of times, man. You're like a regular out there. What do you have to say?
Yeah, actually, I help Adrian set up oftentimes, but it's an absolute blast. Usually I am more clear-headed when I go into it. After sitting in that room for like 4 hours, you know, you walk out ready for the Special Olympics. So, it's a lot of fun. I've hosted it a couple of times. I actually hosted for Esther Koo last weekend. So
yeah, I was gonna say
that was
like,
awesome.
you guys get everybody to show up there, man. It's like one of those rooms during the week that people are always looking forward to, like the end of the week, because it's one of, like, a lot of times we say in Miami you have a lot of competition like on a Friday night. But that's one of the places in Miami. It's in the Grove, which is dope. It's a really cool spot. You can't really get that kind of ambience anywhere else. And then you guys bring out great talent. And the show, if I understand, it starts like around 8:30.
It starts at like 9:15 and goes until sometimes like 1:30.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we get out
late
of the Improv. We'll do like the second show at the Improv, get out like 11:30, head over there, and still have a crowd to perform in front of. So it's like, it's one of my favorite spots.
It's
really
a blast. And everybody comes out, so it's a great hang for the comics too. It's cool what's happening down here as far as like community, because it's like you can go to pretty much any mic on any given night, and there's a ton of comics just usually smoking, but kicking it, hanging out, and there especially, it's usually a great time. Always hit up Flanagan's after too.
Exactly, and they have that like green room kind of in the back where none of the comedians actually hang out there, but it's nice to be back there and like be able to walk out onto the stage as like, like a walkout like that.
Right. We also, though, have on Saturday, moving on to Saturday, though, another show that Jay Millie is going to be running, and this is the creme de la creme. We got Master Debaters, guys. This is the show that we were talking about that you run over at Eddie's Place sometimes, and you're replacing this week because you got it happening at Just the Funny on Saturday. So is it the first time you guys do it there?
Yeah, first time at Just the Funny. We have tried in the past, but we finally got one to stick.
Nice.
We're doing our season 4 finale there.
Cool.
Which essentially it's all the Master Debaters from season 4 coming together, debating their hearts out to become the season 4 Grand Master Debater. And actually, I got the trophy right here.
Oh, snap.
It's a season 4 chain.
Look at that.
Yeah, this thing's dense.
Yeah, dude, looks heavy.
It is. I mean, here,
Look at
put it on. I'll let you rock it.
Well, I'm not gonna wear it because that'd be a dishonor to whoever ends up winning this thing. But that's legit.
Hell yeah, it's a.
You got some.
Got some birth to
Yeah.
it.
We have, honestly, it's a kind of a crazy lineup. Actually, we have kind of I sent you guys a video kind of recapping what's happened through season 4. I don't know if I'm supposed to cue that, but that would be
You can go.
sweet. Yeah, we got a video. It'll pretty much explain who's going to be in the final.
He's already figured out how to shoot videos. Right?
Everybody knows him. Everybody has an opinion about him. Give it up for James Warmington!
What up, lovers and haters? Fuck y'all. I'm actually, after this comedy shit, I plan on going to law school.
For the Peruvian Pedro Martin. Well, first of all, I'm American. Mr. Pedro Martin! Hell yeah, give it up for Emilio, the newest master debater.
Let's go! Let's go, dog, right now, I'm telling you. I'm fired up, boys. Ladies, we're going to the strip club. Drinks on me.
Yeah.
Who's next? I'm telling you right now, I'm coming for that strap. I'm going to start reading the dictionary. I'm going to get smart.
Hell yeah.
Ain't nobody stopping me on the tip.
He actually kind of reminds me of my father. So give it up for Vinny D.
You are the reason I don't like menopause. Oh, I'll go for anybody that gives me sex. Yeah.
But yeah, so Michelle's actually going to be hosting it. So she's going to open up, do a little set, and then bring me up. And then from there, it's going to be an absolute wild ride.
No way, man. That's going to be so much fun. I can't wait.
I don't like that you let him queue up videos the first time he's here, and I don't get to queue up videos yet. But we're going to address that offline.
Well, you're not allowed to queue up videos.
Yeah, well,
for a very specific reason.
I'm like, how do you queue up videos? Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll do it. And then you just let...
The problem is we can't let an AI model actually promote videos and put it up and put it out, because then basically AI runs the show. We still want to have some kind of a human element when it comes to this. So until Art's AI model can actually be like indistinguishable and completely uncanny from anything, we can't really trust it to put
that makes sense.
Clips out, or call for things or pictures or things. It barely can do the response of like when you directly address it and give it a prompt. So we're just developing. It's a lot of R&D here at the Comedy Calendar, but Community Newspapers has invested a lot in Art, the AI model that we are currently developing. But that's really cool, dude. That's really awesome. That you were able to take Master Debaters, do it at a different venue, and take it kind of like on the road to other spots is, I think, super sick, and something that's gonna make Master Debaters like flourish in the future. Yeah. I really appreciate that, man. That's gonna be dope. Moving on to the Improv, though, we have 2 headliners coming to Miami and Fort Lauderdale that are both really, really great that you're going to be looking forward to on Friday through Saturday at the Miami Improv, guys. We have Jonathan Van Ness coming through. You may know Jonathan if you watch Queer Eye on Netflix, guys. He is one of the 5 people who help rehabilitate guys and people who are on the show back to health, I guess, back to glamdom. I'm not sure necessarily what the terms they use on the show are, but I will say this: he is selling tickets fast. So if you want to get some tickets for this show, please, guys, get your tickets now at miamiimprov.com. They will be selling out quickly toward the end of the show. There is also going to be meet and greet happening. There's some tickets available for certain days for meet and greet. So if you want to do that and you're interested in meeting Jonathan, you can do that by going to miamiimprov.com and getting your tickets. Also, please be wary of resellers, guys. I know this show is going to be resold a lot. So do not go on StubHub, Ticketmaster, anything. If they're reselling meet and greet tickets for a really, really high markup, do not get them. Please. They will not be accepted at the door if they were purchased on any other website other than miamiimprov.com. So just go there, get your tickets for availability, for what we have available, and if you have any questions or concerns, you can always call us or email us with the email and contact information that is listed on the website, miamiimprov.com.
So 2 things. One is the show was rescheduled from earlier in the year. So there's definitely going to be a ton of people, a lot of, not confusion, but a lot of people that are going to have mixed tickets, so get there early. Secondly, the meet and greet, I believe he's doing before the show.
It's prior.
So this is one of those shows that's definitely worth to get there early, avoid all the confusion, avoid all the mess. If you're a Comedy Calendar fan, show up, literally say, Art, Sebi, help me out. I got my ticket right here. What's going on? And we'll make sure that you're good.
100%. Absolutely. Moving on to the Fort Lauderdale Improv, though, this weekend, guys, we have another fantastic headliner, and that's Donnell Rawlings. If you've never seen Donnell perform, guys, he is somebody you have to go see. He is not only a legend of the game, having been on Chappelle's show and been doing this stand-up thing for over 30 years, but he is also just hilarious. His openers are always fantastic comics as well. He always brings through people that are second to none in terms of touring and openers around the country. So if you've never gotten a chance to see Donnell perform live, Fort Lauderdale, he's going to be doing shows all the way through Sunday, so you're going to have time Friday through Sunday, 5 shows, and if it ends up selling out, he may even add a 6th show on Sunday, so definitely keep an eye out for that. Get your tickets for FortLauderdaleImprov.com. It's the only place to buy the tickets for the Donnell Rawlings show. It is going to be great, though.
And this is one of those shows, I mean, he's got a ton of celebrity friends. He's one of those guys that's on every single podcast, and he's hilarious. So if you come out to one of his shows, there's a high probability you're going to see some special guests, not only on stage, but even in the audience.
No, and I think also what's cool about that is, like, he is Bert Kreischer's go-to like expert on black things. Anything black, he's like, I gotta call Donnell, and they'll like call him on on the show. Two Bears, One Cave, on Something's Burning, on all that stuff. Like, it's just, he's hilarious, and he's somebody who's like that, just so ingratiated in the comedy scene that he's, one of those guys that whenever he comes into town, you gotta watch him. If he's ever at the Miami Improv, he's one of the comics that I always spend one show of the weekend where I don't do anything and I just sit and watch his whole set uninterrupted, because he's that good. But moving on to Sunday, though, we don't have Jonathan Van Ness at the Improv on Sunday because we are going to be having, early in the day, we have a Bad Bunny brunch at 1 p.m. that's going to be happening. So if you want to pull up to that, you can pull up to the Bad Bunny brunch. Always a fun time. It's a Bad Bunny drag brunch show. So it's going to be one of the new themes for the drag brunches that we've been doing there. I think we've done a Christmas one. We've done a Halloween one. We've done a bunch of the brunches out there, and they're always super fun if you're into the to the brunch shows and to the entertainment aspect of that. That's at 1 p.m. But then at night,
for sure, Casper's going to be there. Then.
For sure, Casper's going to be there.
So Casper is working Sunday.
Casper will be working Sunday. He actually may be part of the show. He's been invited on stage to perform a few times, but
worst case he'll be doing the spotlight. I know that
100% he's on the spotlight because it makes it so that he has to keep his attention on the show at all times. And it's like he's getting paid to do that.
Right.
So that's kind of where he likes to position himself in general.
And then it's not questionable as to why he's like staring so adamantly.
No,
right.
no,
makes
never.
sense.
And it's illuminated what he wants to look like, to the max.
Yeah.
But moving on to Sunday, though, at night at the Miami Improv, 8 p.m., we have the Easter competition that's going to be going down. This is kind of like a New Faces, where if you sign up online, you have an opportunity to perform. So if you want to sign up, I don't know how many spots are still available, but check out newfacesfl@gmail.com. You can still reach out to that same email to sign up for this competition as you would if it were a regular New Faces of Comedy. But for the Easter competition, I believe the prize is $300.
Yeah.
So if you want to go out there and try your hand at winning $300, guys, I highly recommend it if you're a comic to try and at least get a spot, because it's a 5-minute set on a great show, and the worst case scenario is you just do a set in front of a good crowd. Best case scenario is you win $300. So I highly recommend it, guys. Is Dan going to be there doing pictures and videos?
100% Darvision will be there.
There you go.
That's what I was going to say. If nothing else, you come out, you get that film of yourself in front of an amazing audience. Definitely worth it. I recommend it.
Absolutely. Art, you're going to be hosting.
I'm hosting the show. So whoever wins, I will bring them their very own stuffed rabbit. I'll work it out with them directly. And so I'll be hosting. It's going to be a good time. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be, I got some fun things planned. So anyone that has been talking about coming out on a weekend show, dude, just come out, say Comedy Calendar. You're in for free. Come support us. It's going to be a bunch of us local comedians.
Heck yeah, 100%, guys. That is going to be happening on Sunday, the Miami Improv, 8 p.m., everybody. Hopefully, we got a few other friends of ours that are going to be performing on that. We got Ellie, who's actually running the show. She's going to be putting it together the same way that she does for the New Faces. We have Julian, who is our editor and the producer extraordinaire behind the scenes that does all of our clips and whatnot. But that was him. If you even heard that, but
I don't think. Julian, make sure you edit that sound out.
Yeah, Julian, work on yourself.
Well, I will say this about Julian. Last week we had basically like a double, back-to-back 2 episodes, and he got all the clips out last week. So the poor boy, the money I'm paying him he's definitely
through the roof.
Yeah, he's definitely working his money's worth.
Fantastic. That's good to know. Because you don't want him to work for free.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Working for free sucks.
That's lame.
Yeah. You know what I mean? We're all professionals here. We're all doing this for a living. We're trying to feed our families. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We don't want him to emancipate himself at some point. That'd be crazy. But we're going to be wow, Dan just asked where his payment at. If you guys would like, you can pay Dan on Sunday $25 for video and $25 for a photo package at the Sunday competition. If you're interested, Dan, that's where your payment.
Well, also, if anyone's owed money by anybody for any reason, just reach out to me in the Comedy Calendar. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just go ahead, just send me a bill. Just invoice me to the Comedy Calendar.
The Comedy Calendar always pays its debts.
Yeah, exactly. If your mom owes you money from like 20 years ago, just bill the Comedy Calendar. Just send me an invoice to the Comedy Calendar.
We got it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll consolidate your debt. Now we're going to do a little bit of a look ahead, though, to what's coming up in South Florida comedy, guys. On May 2nd of next week. What day of the week is that? Friday of next week, guys. We have our boy, Ricky Cruz, the legend of South Florida comedy himself. He is going to be doing a show at the Miami Improv, guys. I cannot recommend this enough, coming out and seeing this. His new material is super, super great, super airtight. I just got done doing a weekend of shows with him, with Amir K, and it was amazing watching him go out there and eviscerate those crowds. He did a fantastic job, and I can only imagine what an extended set from his is going to look like right now. He's really, really sharp, super polished, and that material that he's going to be throwing out there on May 2nd is going to be second to none. So I highly recommend you guys go right now, MiamiImprov.com. Get some tickets to that show. There's going to be links to it also everywhere in the clip here, so definitely check that out. And also go check out Ricky Cruz's page. Follow him on Instagram at Ricky Cruz Comedy so that you can keep up to date with all the times that he does shows, not just at the Miami Improv, but everywhere else around town. He's got the Killing Joke on Thursdays over at Mode as well. That'll be happening this week too. So everything Ricky Cruz Comedy, guys, you can stay up to date with him on his Instagram. But again, that show happened at the Miami Improv. Everyone's looking forward to it. The comics in town have all been talking about it. We're looking forward to it. The staff at the Miami Improv, when they saw it got up on the website, was all talking about it and super excited and happy for him. So we couldn't be endorsing a show stronger than this Ricky Cruz show. You guys have to get out there. Again, MiamiImprov.com for your tickets right now.
And I'll say this, it's crazy coincidence. You come on the show, you do Comedy Calendar, and look, all of a sudden you're headlining the Improv.
Crazy.
I'm not gonna say causation, but correlation.
It works.
There's something to it.
It works.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah,
exactly. Just wait till Jay Millie gets his headlining date at the Miami Improv. It'll be fantastic, guys. The last look ahead that we have for the week, guys, is going to be one for next month. And it's actually one that I am extremely, extremely excited to announce and talk about. And that is going to be May 16th and 17th. I will be performing at Tuga Comedy Club in Nassau, Bahamas, guys. I am through the roof that I'm given the opportunity to perform at this brand new club. They've had a few shows out there. We actually talked about it recently when Rodney Badger was performing on the show. And I have been extended the invitation, and it is one of the coolest things and opportunities I think I've ever gotten in terms of comedy, to be able to go out there and perform for, a lot of locals, a lot of and be able to experience that culture through my comedy is going to be something that I cannot express how much excited I am for it.
And if I would have bet on who was going to take Comedy Calendar International first, me or you, I would not have assumed that it would have been you. So
yep.
So
there
big ups on that first Comedy Calendar.
See, all that Spanish for what?
Yeah.
Art learned all that Spanish, all that Portuguese. Don't even matter. Sorry.
But a shout out Rodney Badger, man. I mean, since he went down to the Bahamas, we've been talking about. He's gonna make waves. He's gonna make an impact. Look, we've seen the shows come out. He's come back, shouted out all the amazing work that's going on down there, and then turned it around with a book gig, getting you down there.
Shout out to Rodney Badger too, who's giving me a lot of great advice on kind of what the local crowds are like down there. You know what I mean? It's a completely different vibe, completely different culture, and I'm ready to go down there and just do my comedy for them. Honestly, it's going to be fantastic. Huge shout out to the people running Tuga. The lineup that we have though as well for the show is going to be really great. We have Anthony Moore, who's going to be headlining. He's been everywhere in the country. You've seen him perform all around. You have Chanel Ali, who's a New York-based comic, and Shad Fur, who is a local host who's going to be hosting. I'll be featuring on that show as kind of the South Florida Miami representative for everything. But yeah, man, you can see everybody's names down there. I can't say how gracious I am enough for the opportunity to go down there and do these shows. If you're in the Bahamas, hey, or if you're looking for a reason to go down to the Bahamas and do a show or catch a show, this is it, man. This is it. Go down there, check out the culture, experience the vibes. That's what I'm going to be doing, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. We're going to have more information, obviously, closer to the day. We'll keep you guys up to date the whole time, but that's going to be happening May 16th and 17th over in the Bahamas.
Dude, can you imagine somebody showing up and being like, "Yeah, Comedy Calendar sent me"?
That'd be great.
Dude, that would be a dream come true.
That would be great. I mean, we can look at our analytics. I don't think we have one Bahamian listener.
We do. Rodney.
Rodney Badger. Oh, yeah.
Exactly one. We have exactly one.
That's true. We do have one.
I will say this. Like last night, I was at the Bend, the place the show's is going to be coming up there. We talked about it with a couple weeks ago.
Pedro.
Yeah, with Big Pedro. One of the guys, they were doing like a trivia night or something, and the host came up to me. He's like, "Hey, you're Art from the Comedy Calendar, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, yes, that's me." He's like, "I like your stuff, man. Keep it going." I'm like, "Thank you." I'm like, he was wearing a mask, so I couldn't see,
Right.
But I'm like, "Thank you. You're a comedian?" He's like, "No, but I like what you do, So I guess we're getting out there. So
I love it.
Shout out anybody if you ever come to me on the street and you say Comedy Calendar, chances are you're gonna walk away with something.
That's dope. Like an egg, a little quail egg.
A quail egg. You keep
quail eggs in your bag. That's nice. Some poached quail eggs.
Everybody appreciates a quail egg. Everybody appreciates it.
With the price of eggs nowadays?
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like you're raising the price of quail eggs.
Yeah. Art's cornering the market so he can raise the price on the quail egg.
Have you seen a quail around?
I haven't.
No, I'm sure you have. I'm sure you got your whole backyard.
Try to find a quail.
I got a farm full of quail.
Try to find a quail. Try to find one.
No, you can't.
The best you could get is like a Mexican quail. You know what I mean? Right now, that's the best you can find.
Yeah. And those fight. They're aggressive. Aggressive quails. But we're going to move on to the interview and who some have called the aggressive quail of the comedy scene in Miami. Jay, man, since you've gone down here in South Florida comedy, honestly, you've really found a way to just like ingratiate yourself just quickly. And obviously in one part, it's because you're just a great guy, so nice. Everybody who works with you has nothing but like great things to say about working with you as a professional. But I think also it has to do with you just being super funny, dude. Like I remember the first time watching your set being like, yo, this is so polished. This is so well put together. I'm at the time I'm thinking you're like new to comedy because, you know, I hadn't seen you anywhere else in town. Came to find out that you had done some stuff in Tampa and like prior to getting down here. So I wanted to kind of like talk to you about when you came down here into Miami. You did start in Tampa, right?
Correct.
So when you came down to Miami, what was that like at first? Just kind of like feeling your way out through this scene that is a little nebulous in a sense.
Yeah. Well, I'll say when I first started, you know, I think anybody when they first start comedy, they're kind of maybe not in the right mental space, I will say. So I started up in Tampa, and it almost kind of felt like I was alone when I was doing it there. Mm-hmm. I will say that. I didn't really like get, I guess, acclimated with like the community up there as much. And when I came down here, actually, I didn't know if I was going to keep doing comedy. And then I actually met you, Art. So I remember I did Thank You Miami, and I was just like watching the show by myself, and then you're like, hey, are you Jay? And then like it was the end of the show, no one was in there, and then you pulled all the comedians back in. And honestly, I did my set in front of you guys, and I think that might be the first time where I actually killed. Like I felt like I actually killed. And from there, like you introduced me to everyone. Actually, since I've known you, dude, you're like awesome at like kind of bridging like gaps between people and like introducing everybody. So like coming down here kind of helped me continue with doing comedy. I will say that down here I've kind of found like more of a community than I have up in Tampa. And a large part because of you, but also like, I mean, as we've gone, like there's other people like Raul and Adrian, and I mean, even like Felipe and Joe, like we've kind of started building shows together, and from there, dude, I don't want to ever quit. This shit's just, it's like crack. Yeah. I can't stop. But I love it down here, dude.
Well, I think one of the things, I appreciate you saying that, first of all. I do, it's an active thing. Like people in general are kind of very shy, or, you know, but comedians, for whatever reason, like off stage, we are way more like shy, into ourselves. A lot of it has to do with like thinking about the set that's coming up, or how bad the set that you just did was, you know. So
Speak
definitely,
for yourself.
I'm saying in general.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, as an average.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
He does that a lot.
Yeah. It's like I haven't quite figured out how to not bomb. Like it's like you ever bomb so good that people laugh, and you're like, yeah, that worked. That was good.
You're like, that was good. And then all the comics got off stage and they give you the side eye.
Like, get out of here.
Like, what are you doing?
You cannot be in this club.
Like, go to 7 Seas.
Yeah. But but the point is that definitely, like, I enjoy doing that. I enjoy bringing comedians together. We're all like weird. We all start comedy at a weird time in our lives. It's never like a good, you know, you're never having the best day of your life, and you're like, I'm gonna go do stand up, you know. But I appreciate you saying that, because
Speak for yourself.
I will say that's one of the things. Like your style is so different from a lot of the people down here. You're a very like kind of soft spoken. You know, I don't say like somber tone, but it almost is like a somber tone. And that first day when we all came in, and you killed. You did it. You did a good job. And I think you bought a lot of credit for yourself in the scene that day, where people were like, "Oh, this guy's got the goods. Let's go," you know. Yeah. Or this girl we thought you were a chick at first, but whatever. Like that's changed.
That's why we all came in.
Right. I was like, hey, check out this new hot girl that's here. She's got a little facial hair, but it's fine.
You can catch me this Sunday at no.
There is one thing that I think always stands out when people watch your sets, obviously, is when you talk about your military service and kind of what you did there. Do you think that being in the Army and killing men in cold blood made you funny?
Well, actually, it was just women and children.
Nice. Okay, okay. That does make you funnier.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Well, plus he was an ordnance guy, so the only people he killed was by accident. It was his own men for not defusing the bomb correctly.
I was a chemical guy, so like.
Oh, chemical guy.
Me
too.
Yeah. But I think
different MOSs. I think though.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think the Army definitely kind of has played a role on who I am. I guess today. I guess not a lot of people have gone through that experience as far as like going into the military. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. I'll say that. I enjoyed it, but I don't know.
But what would, like if you had to give it a star review out of 5, what would you give it?
Well, shoot, I'm done. So
could you give us like a
Yelp review,
100-character Yelp review,
two
and a star,
2.5 stars maybe?
Right.
Damn, that's pretty good.
It's like it's like the best time you never want to have. Like you kind of make like you get the camaraderie of being like with just a bunch of dudes. You would love this art. I mean, you spent a lot of time up in Wilton Manors this weekend, right? So, no,
got a place up there now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You're getting to the bottom of something, right?
Yeah, I'm the top guy at getting to the bottom of things.
Nice at Wilton Manors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of bottoms, Sebastian.
Well, let me ask you this: so, was your favorite part of being in the Army the Fallujah freak-offs, or?
Or was it the napalm nasties?
So actually, there was a time when I was in Kuwait, dude. There's a tent that was abandoned, and one of the MPs went in there, and they found that there's like 10 men. All of them were married, and they were fucking each other, dude. That actually happened in Kuwait while I was there in Camp Beering. So they sent me home.
It was a dishonorable discharge, as they say.
No, they just no, they made me join the Navy.
Nice.
Like, we got a place for you guys. You guys fit the selection criteria. Don't worry.
Nah, a lot of crazy shit happened over there, I guess.
What's the craziest thing that you saw?
Well,
come
out to Smokey's show on Friday. I'll tell you all about it. Trust me. But yeah, dude. Yeah, don't join the Army.
Yeah, understood. Okay, and what made you join the Army in the first place?
My mom bullied me into it. My brother actually joined it. I wasn't actually in the Army. I was in the Illinois National Guard, so I was like just part-time saving cats out of trees.
Gotcha.
And my brother joined when I was a freshman in high school. And then when it was time for me, when I was actually the age to join the Army, my mom called the recruiter and like, what is it called? Ambushed me after I got home from school. She was sitting at the table and the recruiter was with her, and they pretty much just like any excuse that I gave them, telling them why I didn't want to do it, whether it was like playing soccer in college or like I just don't want to do it. They just made me feel like shit and made me do it. So
nice.
Thanks, Mom.
There you go. So now you're a disabled veteran.
I'm actually not a disabled veteran. I should be.
But we can help you get those rights.
Yeah.
Those concussions, like
those are real.
I don't know if you can tell, but we can tell.
Yeah,
like it's
there's something wrong with me. I don't know what it is, but there's something.
So when you were in Tampa, what made you even start doing comedy? Like what was it that even got you into it, that you were like, oh, I actually want to like do this thing. I want to like go on stage and talk shit.
I think I've always tried to be funny, I guess, throughout my life. And I've been told that I should try it at one point. And then when I decided I actually wanted to do it, I had just lost my job. And I had all day to think about stuff. And, after doom scrolling for a while, I saw there was an open mic, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try it. I waited like a couple weeks from that moment, kind of put together like 2 to 3 minutes worth of jokes. And then I went to the Gimmick in Tampa and ate a fat cock. So
you came back every night after.
Yeah. No, my first joke was actually like about jacking off my dog, dude. Like it wasn't good, dude. It's
and like 10 other comedians came up and did the same bit. You're like, wait a second.
Yeah, like, hey. It's like, I gotta get the same dog.
All these other bits are way
like, my dog gets around.
But cool. And then, so when you get to Miami, obviously, I think from what I've seen, that was when you started taking it a little bit more seriously. You started becoming a producer, and kind of putting on the shows that maybe you wanted to see. Where was it in that transition that you were like, hey, I want to take comedy seriously. Like I want to do this for real, and I want to make it work, where like you've done now, like with Master Debaters and all these other shows that you've done. Now it's work. Now you're getting out and you're having to do stuff, and it's not necessarily for you to get on stage and do jokes and have fun, but it's to curate that experience.
Mm-hmm.
Where was it that you were willing to like make that the job?
Oh, dude, I was pretty naive from the beginning. Like, I thought, I was like, oh, I can do this forever. And then after I started, it kind of like dwindled down as much. I lost a little bit of confidence before coming here, for sure. But after I got here, I was like, you know what? I'm actually not as bad as I thought. And, you know, I guess maybe I didn't take it seriously, but I just didn't want to do anything else other than go and do a set. I will say I actually really started taking it seriously after about like the second Master Debaters, like where I was like, this is really something that can take off if I put some effort into it. And I think that's kind of probably back in October is when I really thought this can really become something. So it's pretty recent.
Nice.
Still figuring it out.
Interesting.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I will say that.
Don't worry. I don't think any of us do.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And it shows, so don't worry.
Yeah, 100%.
Hell yeah.
Well, I was going to ask you, is like, when did you realize that you weren't funny enough to put on comedy shows, and instead you started doing like variety shows?
Well, that was actually my mom called me. Actually, no, this one was my dad. I told a joke about sucking my dad's dick, and he's like, "Yeah, you should probably start going into debates." So here we are.
Yeah, because you guys got into an argument, and he was like, "You're actually making a good argument as to why this joke makes sense."
Yeah,
you could be a debater.
No, but like all joking aside, like you put on these variety type shows. You're always willing to, you know, really like Master Debaters is a different kind of show. You know, now you're doing the roast bucket this week, and I'm a big fan of those kind of variety things because it gives you that burnable content, right? It gives you that stuff that people say off the cuff. It's a lot of work. Like putting the more people you get involved, the harder it is, right?
Absolutely.
So what do you hope to get out of these kind of variety shows? I mean, what is your goal there? Like,
I think even when I started Master Debaters, I knew it was something that, you know, it's burnable content. I haven't been good about getting the content out. I'm sure we'll figure it out, but also we're kind of sitting on a stockpile of moments that we can pull from like 6 months ago. So like I have it there, and eventually I'm going to be able to get around, whether it's, I don't know how we're going to make it happen, but eventually we're going to start cranking out some clips from, you know, 6 months ago and try and get us caught up. But there's countless moments where I've just been in stitches. The whole crowd's been laughing at Eddie's place, of all places. Everybody's having a good time. There's absolutely countless moments of that just for Master Debaters.
So actually, before we get into that, let's quickly, for anybody who doesn't know, let's introduce what Master Debaters is, kind of how it started. Just kind of give us a little synopsis on that as the creator and curator of Master Debaters.
Yeah, I'm actually the moderator. People call me like the Master Debater because I thought of the idea, but I'm the moderator. I've never even debated, not even for fun. But essentially, back in like July of last year, Rolando Gomez and I were sitting outside Thank You Miami waiting to go do a set. We were stoned out of our mind, and somehow, some way, one of us mentioned Master Debaters. And from there, my head immediately clicked to an idea of like how we could do like a live podcast form of debates. I kind of thought back to when like Trump and Biden first debated back in like 2016, and it was an absolute shit show, you know? And I thought we could just throw random prompts at, awesome comics. We got a lot of them down here, and just let them run with it, you know? A lot of horrible and like sexist and racist stuff has been said, but you know, they don't want to say what they're saying. They have to. We give them the right of free speech.
Right.
And is that every Wednesday at Eddie's place?
It's actually every other Wednesday at Eddie's place. I don't know how much longer we're going to be doing it there. I do have some plans in mind for the future. I don't know that I really want to say everything just now because it's up in the air. But as of right now, yes, it's every other Wednesday.
But regardless, you can always follow at Master Debaters on Instagram, and you can stay up to date on whenever it's happening and what that venue is.
Yep.
Yeah, very cool. And so with Master Debaters, now that you've been doing it And for anybody that doesn't know, basically the way that it works is you get two comics. They stand next to each other at a podium. Sitting down is a panel of 3 judges, including Jay Millie himself as the moderator. The panel will pull a random topic of debate out of a bucket that you can submit suggestions to. I believe, can they DM you guys? Like, how do they send suggestions in?
If someone DMs us a topic, I'll throw it in the bucket. But also, if they show up early enough, we'll give them paper. They fold it up, throw it in.
Perfect. Yeah. So if you're there, you can suggest topics yourself, or you can do it ahead of time and just kind of have it in the rotation if something pops in your head. But they do get random topics selected and given to them for these comedians to then be chosen who will be for and who will be against, or who will be on either side. If it's like a 2-pronged topic, like if you have to take a side, or if there's 2 things that you can choose from, it'll be randomly selected which comic has to do each side, and then they go from there. You know, sometimes the comics will have to go off on things that they don't know or they don't support. Sometimes the comics will have to go against things that they do support. So it's like a fun kind of mix of seeing putting people on the spot and seeing what they can come up with just in the moment. And like you said, you've seen countless moments that are just like pops in the room and just super funny moments. And for us as comics as well, I always talk about loving Eddie's Place and that show so much, because you go and any other venue you go to, normally you're watching your friends do the same set that you've seen them do 100 times. You've seen these jokes many times. And for us as comics, we go to Master Debaters and we sit down and we watch our friends do something brand new, something we've never seen before, but it's still like watching them do their comedy. So it's really entertaining and it's really fun.
I still think about, I think it was the season 3 finale that had Ben and Shannon Leem, Ben Smith and Shannon Leem.
Season 2.
That was in season 2. Shannon debated Ben, and then Shannon won.
Yeah, where Ben flipped the lid.
Dude,
that I think about that moment all the time. Like all the time, I think about that. Like I'm like, that was so fucking funny. That was so good. We had Duncan in the crowd,
That's
like
right.
egging.
Having to defend Ben.
So
that was great.
That's why he lost. Honestly, his brother was helping him from the back,
and the best part is that like Ben, you could see in his face that he was watching it all fall apart in front of him, and he couldn't like get it, you know.
Yeah,
and he did a great job.
Those are the moments that like those are like some of the best moments, and that's exactly like what Ben did in that moment was like kind of build a character of just being a crybaby bitch and just destroyed everything. I want it to turn into something where it's almost like UFC or WWE, where we're just talking shit, we're causing problems on social media between each other, but like then we actually debate it out on the spot at a dive bar in, you know, West Miami.
I hear a lot more work.
There's
so much more. I do
so much more,
and I do think that's the right idea. Is that like kind of like a WWE style, where it's like everyone, you know, don't go up there and just be yourself. Go up there, be a character, be larger than yourself, be larger than life, be something that is going to be entertaining, even if you're not debating at the highest level. Yeah. You know what I mean? Even if you don't know a topic, you can be within, you can weave in and out of this character and have that be the vessel for the comedy than just like the topic itself.
Yeah, I will say those are usually the best debaters, is people who like just put themselves aside and just go full force into the topic saying wild shit.
Nice.
It always shows. And then it shows like when some people just think too much about it and be like, oh no, I really have to talk about killing babies. Like,
right.
You know, it's tough sometimes. I will say that.
To bring us back in time a little bit, you worked for a little bit of time over at the Miami Improv with Sebastian and I. Even though it's blood in, blood out, apparently you're allowed to leave without getting jumped.
Yeah, well, that's just because I have guns.
That's true. That's true.
I'm strapped.
So you're good.
To the gills.
But I will say that time that we got to spend like working there, dude, there was some great times, man.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad I got to kind of know you a little bit better. And like since then, you've been obviously producing more shows, getting out, doing more reps, taking advantage, man. Like that's so. What has been like since you left? I mean, what do you?
Oh, dude, I started coaching my kids' soccer team.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm 3-0 as a head coach.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah. But
Did you play soccer?
Yeah, I played soccer. I played soccer in college for like half a day. It was a community college, but they took it way more serious.
They let Latin kids into the school, so that was
right. It was a lot of Africans actually for some reason up in Illinois.
They play soccer. It's cheap.
You just can't tell the difference.
And it's
there's black people in South America.
True.
Is there? I didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Huh. They call them South Africans too.
Such a
So stupid, but yeah. I don't even remember what the question was. I'm actually not doing as much as far as doing like stand up. I feel like I'm definitely slacking a little bit. I do hope to get back out a little bit more. And
Well, I mean, this
go
week
out,
you're booked. You have a show coming up.
Yeah, I go in phases. I actually probably the last 2 months I've done Just the Funny once. I've done the Smoke Easy show probably every Friday, and then just Master Debaters. I haven't gone out too much other than that, but I think I'll try to get out here soon.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know.
So in general, though, kind of wrapping up the conversation a bit, what is moving forward your goals for Jay Millie or for Master Debaters in general? Going into the end of 2025, going into 26, like where do you want to see yourself moving forward?
I think I'm going to try to ride the Master Debaters waves. I think I can possibly turn it into something. I want to get Master Debaters. I don't want to stay stagnant. I don't really want to stay at Eddie's place for another iteration. I want to try and do like a season where we're all over South Florida, one in West Palm, one in Broward, one in Miami, and I want to do one in the Keys. And then I want to like kind of have a season where we crown a South Florida Grand Master Debater. Because right now, like we're pretty much just Miami.
Right.
So like I think the next step is trying to get it a little bit further, see if it sticks up north, up down south, and from there, I mean, I do know people in Tampa still, so maybe I can try and get it up in Tampa.
That's dope.
Pretty much, I'm just gonna try to stretch my wings a little bit and take it a little bit further.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
And then I think my stand-up will just kind of come in like kind of second nature after that. I have a decent set. I'm horrible at writing, I will say that, but I think Master Debaters has helped with that because it's just I don't even have anything planned when I go up there.
I mean, you're functionally illiterate, so
yeah, no, it's
I'm
dude,
sorry.
it's only gotten worse
for the army. Actually,
it really is. It's only gotten worse, dog. And
he's like ChatGPT.
Yeah, I can't moderate forever. I will say that it's got to come to an end eventually. But I don't know. I kind of like building the story of what Master Debaters is right now and making it as good as I can. I do want it to turn into something where like I don't have to be the moderator.
Yeah.
Like I would like it to be something that continues to go on. Kind of like like roast battles started somewhere, but it's spread out. Now everybody's doing it in every city. There's a roast battle affiliate or some shit, I think it would be cool if we could do that with Master Debaters under some sort of kind of similar style like that. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm kind of just winging it day by day, to be honest.
Interesting. Man. Art, anything else you'd like to add before we get out of here?
Yeah, just one last thing. I know there's a project that you're kind of involved with indirectly, or I've seen you working with them, which is the Spare TV Boys.
Yep.
I reached out to them. I'm excited to see more stuff coming from them. But what's your involvement with that? I mean, what's Spare TV, if you don't mind?
Yeah, so Spare TV is like I don't know the best way to describe it. It's kind of like a, not Chappelle show, it's like a variety show where there's skits, there's like almost like vlog style B-roll, man on the street interviews. Essentially every other week they put out an episode about 15 minutes long where it's a mixture of all those things.
Gotcha.
Spare TV is run by Kevin Reyes and Joe Medeiros. They are really pushing hard to write skits, so pretty much they're doing it under Dade County Comedy, and I'm kind of a Dade County commie myself. So we put out my first written skit was yesterday, the Jehovah Witness one.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. Check it out.
It has a pretty good turn. I like it. But pretty much Kevin and Joe are both open to the ideas of any skits that we're putting together. So it's kind of creating an opportunity for at least me. Like I have skits that I'm sitting on that I've written years ago.
The reason that I ask about it is that, like, I love it. I love the fact that two things. Like, one, like Dade County Comedy, they've always been good at aggregating people, getting people to work together, supporting things that are working, and getting it that extra little boost. But also, like that, like now with the skits and the sketches and some of this other content, it's something that's it's burnable. So you can get out there. It's not you doing stand-up, so you're not burning your jokes. And it allows. Like I've seen like the tax day one that Kevin put out. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And the quality is really, really good. You guys are working together. It's getting better and better. So I like to see that. And you're someone that does that. You bring people together and then you work with them, even though they're like functionally like barely, there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's, we attract what we are, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, speak
Yeah,
for
that's-
yourself, but yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's something I like about Raul and Dade County Comedy is like we support each other, you know. So
Yeah.
like they've all like Raul's been probably the biggest help. Whether it's giving us microphones or cables or just any advice, you know, he's always there to help out with master debaters. Same with Adrian.
Or just stand outside and bark for your show.
Absolutely, yeah. He's not the best barker, I will say that. He's a intimidating dog. Yeah, dude.
We call him Big Dog.
Yeah.
Yep. I just call him Raul. To be honest, but
all right. Guess you're not cool with him like I am.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know.
Art
you know.
calls him Daddy
Yeah, that's true.
or Poppy, right?
Big Poppy.
Big Poppy.
There you go.
All right.
I call him my little Latin Buddha.
No, but but honestly, thank you so much, dude, for coming on the show, man. It's Master Debaters is one of those shows that really has it's something that I'm proud to say the Miami comedy scene has. You know what I mean? It's something that I don't think many scenes have. I think the idea and the way that you guys have executed it has been great. Also, shout out to Jose. Who's helped you on? You get a last minute shout out in the last 2 minutes.
Jose
of the show.
Rodriguez.
Jose
Rodriguez. Jose Rodriguez. Big shout out.
He's hosting tonight?
No, not tonight. Wednesday.
That's what I meant.
Oh,
Okay.
gotcha. So you can go out there, catch Jose Rodriguez hosting for that show on Wednesday. Really, really funny guy, man, and helps you a lot with these Master Debater shows, doing clips
Absolutely.
and putting together the content and making sure everything gets filmed and put together properly. I think what you guys have done with this has been second to none in terms of a variety show down here in South Florida. So keep up that fucking work, man. It is something that we need down here. I think it's something that more people can emulate. I think if people looked at what you guys are doing, and obviously not doing Master Debaters, but doing a show of that quality and being able and executing it like that, I think is something that that is really, really crucial to South Florida comedy, and that is great, man. So I hats off to you and what you guys have done, and keep it up, man. Keep up the great work.
I appreciate you guys having me. This is like a honorable spot for me. People like Ricky Cruz have sat in the seat, Luis Diaz, and all I did was create a podcast about beating my meat, and now I'm here. So thank you. I
There you
appreciate
go,
it.
man. We are also going to be pushing for a lotion sponsor to sponsor Master Debaters. So
Please.
if you are out there and you run a novelty, or not a novelty, an artisan, like organic lotion company, maybe you're a bit of a smaller brand and you want to partner up with another small brand and small business that is on the up and up, definitely reach out to Jay Millie and Master Debaters. Reach out to them and let them know, hey, we're the lotion sponsor for you.
And anybody that's watching this, if you have a special lotion that you use, feel free to go ahead and put it in the comment section.
Tag
Let
them.
us know.
Yeah.
Let us know what lotion you use at home. You know?
Or lube. I mean,
Or lube.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever you like.
just put it in a lotion bottle.
Just get it done.
I will say, they said before we close up, so we're going to be doing, next week, I think we're going to be doing the review of Kanye's new song, Cousins.
Yes.
Next week?
Next week.
Okay.
Everyone, if you'd like to join, we're going to be going live next week, actually doing a Q&A / panel for Cousins, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think that we're going to get a lot of great information, content clips, honestly.
Yeah. It's like a book club. So go ahead.
It's exactly
listen
like a
to the
book
song
club.
now.
It's exactly like a book club. Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it is, and we're all going to be listening to it. It's going to be hosted by our editor and producer, Julian. He is going to be putting together the entire evening. So if you want to talk about Cousins and you want to talk about how it makes you feel, you can DM him ahead of time. Let him know everything. Just Julian Alvarez on Instagram. You can catch him there. But definitely reach
The
out.
ghost of Julian Alvarez, just to make sure that no one...
What's his actual handle exactly?
The ghost of Julian
Alvarez.
Alvarez.
of Julian Alvarez.
Yeah, just go to the comedy calendar. He's tagged right there.
Oh, he's at the top
also
of our,
tagged.
he's in our bio and stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
Got you. Okay, perfect. So you can go there and you can reach out to him about how the song made you feel, if it brought up any repressed memories, if it just made you feel happy and warm and fuzzy inside. You can do that. Just DM him. Don't DM the comedy calendar. He's going to be running this on his own. This is all.
This is like project.
It's all his project. So, by all means, please stay tuned and reach out. That is next week. We're going to be doing a panel and Q&A on Cousins by Kanye West. If you don't know about that, you can go to Kanye's Twitter and get up to date. Live in the now, people. Live in the now, because you never know when your cousin is going to murder a pregnant woman. Thank you. Have a fantastic week, guys. Until next week, keep laughing.